Here we have the hourly price chart for Meta Platforms Incorporated, stock ticker META. As we can see here, this stock really just cannot get any help. As far as the technology space is concerned, and as far as the Mag 7 is concerned, this stock is showing much more weakness than most of the other stocks in that group. We have seen some weakness in NVIDIA. We definitely are seeing some declines there, and that stock is starting to look pretty heavy. But some of the other stocks are starting to reverse in the other direction. Apple gapped higher today to start the open and to start the week, and posted a new all-time high in the process. So that stock has recovered all of its losses from last Thursday, and as we can see here, that has not been the case here for Meta Platforms. So there is some real cause for concern here. With the level that I've been pointing to comes in at 493.17, which would be the price low from July 1st. And we're just not seeing much of a bounce here. Like, buyers are just not emerging. We did see a little bit of a price jump here on the first test below 495. We saw lows of 494.23, and then we did quickly spike here slightly back above the $500 level. But the price movement since then has just continued to move lower. And we've even got some shorter term candle formations here, which are bearish. We have a bit of an evening star pattern here. This kind of bigger green candle, and then this sort of a gravestone doji is really what that is. Gravestone doji pattern, followed by a larger red candle to the downside. So you could either call this an evening star pattern or just possibly a gravestone doji pattern. And this is occurring at relatively low levels. So this does not look good at the moment. I have to be completely honest here. That is absolutely a gravestone doji pattern. So and it is what it sounds. It's an ominous pattern. It's a bearish price pattern. So and we're not bouncing here from these 493 lows. So as things currently stand, the momentum reading is still focused in the downside direction. The only real positive that I can point to here would be the increase in trading volume that we've seen in the positive direction. This does give me some reason to believe that there are buyers stepping into the market here, trying to pick the bottom and to get the stock at a discount while it's still trading at its lows. But for the most part, we're just not seeing this develop in the share price itself. We're really breaking short-term short-term support levels right now. Because the prior price low came in at 494.23, and we're about 10 cents from there currently. And this does look like a heavy red candle. We're not seeing a bounce here. We're not seeing a spike here. So in my view, the most likely outcome here is that we break through this 493 level, and then that really could start kind of an avalanche here to the downside. If we thought things were bad before, they could get a lot worse here pretty soon, because the next major level of support doesn't really come in until we go all the way back to the May 31st lows, which came in at 454.80. So this is the level to the downside that I would be watching. And we have to remember, like, there are some price caps in here as well. I'll try to focus on that a bit here. We would have to go back a bit. So right here, if we fall back into this territory here, we could be gapping from, this would be roughly just below 485 to roughly 477.30. There's a price gap here as well, and that's not far away from this 493 level. So that could add to the momentum, and there's really no major support zone here, until we get back to this 455 region. It seems a bit hard to believe that we would fall that far, but as far as the chart action is concerned here, there's really not much. There's not much evidence around here which would suggest that we would start to see a bounce here anytime soon. Another part of the problem that we need to be looking at here is the fact that the indicator reading is negative, as we can see, and the moving average activity is starting to become highly erratic. So the best things I can point to at this point would be, we're into oversold territory. We've crossed below the 30 mark. We're at roughly 28 in the relative strength index. And we are seeing some evidence of buying activity. There are people that are stepping in here and trying to buy the stock. The problem is just that those positions are looking kind of weak. And these people might be forced to stop out below on a break below this 493 level. So those are the types of things that can lead to an increase in momentum. And just the last thing that I'll kind of point to here would be this kind of mess that we have with the moving averages. So here we can see, these colorful lines here. This is the hourly chart. So the yellow line is the 20-hour exponential moving average. Orange is 50-hour. Purple is the 100-hour exponential moving average, and the blue line is the 200-hour exponential moving average. As we can see here, the yellow line is crossed through everything, except we haven't really seen a full crossover with the blue line. I mean, you could argue that this is a bit encouraging, but I don't really like the fact that it's about to cross over here as we're about to break through, a major support zone. I mean, if we did see a downside cross here and then significant follow through, I mean, we would have to say that we were warned in advance here, because a major support break and a major moving average crossover occurring at the same time. We would have to say that we were warned here. So this stock is really a story that I think is being underreported. I don't think that the market is focusing on this enough. I think it's kind of flying under the radar. Maybe everybody's concerned about Apple and Nvidia. But this stock is a big deal. I mean, it's obviously in the Mag 7 stocks, and this is just some serious downside price action that has just not really been able to find much buying activity. I mean, we can even see gaps here to the downside, which followed some significant moves lower. And this really developed after posting an all-time high. We can look back to July 8th, the July 8th trading session, and see that highs posted here at 542.96, and then just immediately reversed. So there's a lot of very erratic price action going on here. Usually when a stock posts an all-time high, you see a lot more optimism. I mean, look at the price move that preceded this. It was extremely strong. Like that's a strong rally right there. Almost all of these candles are green here until you've got this major red candle as the stock is posting its all-time highs, and then we just continue to just collapse here through several major support zones. So this stock is it's a very interesting story at this point. I don't understand why it's not getting more attention. I do think that we're on the verge of a major break here to the downside, and this 20 period and 200 period moving average crossover happening at the same time, along with you've also got this gravestone doji pattern here, all at the same time. I mean, there's just a lot here that's pointing in the negative direction, and we're not seeing a bounce out of this major long-term support level. So continue to watch this. I will be posting another video on this shortly. Keep tabs on what's going on here, because this is a stock that really could influence the broader market if we continue to see these types of declines. So check back soon on this one. I will have another video posted shortly. This is the current market outlook for Meta Platforms Incorporated, stock ticker META.